Hey everyone, welcome to the first video of Big, Bald, and Bold. So, started out, my name is Michael. I'm 34 years old, and my current job is I'm active duty military. Uh, you're probably wondering what's up with the name, Big, Bald, and Bold? Well, two really easy ones. One, I'm big, 6'4", 290 pounds. Bald, as you can see. The hair is running faster than I can catch it. Normally I shave it all off, so I do apologize that I'm not really bald today, but don't worry, my next video you'll see this head shining real nice. And bold. And when I mean bold in the aspects of I am a single father to a wonderful 7-year-old, and the bold topics of how to be happy as a single parent in today's society, realistically. These are my personal perspective and my experiences of being a single parent today, and that's what I'm going to share with you. The real personal stuff, the stuff that people don't talk about. And to me, those are bold things. Those are the things that they don't prepare you for when you are a single parent. When you're divorced, they don't give you a handbook that says, "Hey, this is what you got to prepare for because this is what you're going to run into." Nobody tells you those things, and I sure the hell wasn't prepared. It was like being hit with a rock continuously, over and over and over again, because the experiences that I had changed my perspective on so many things. So, to start it out, I am a divorced father. I was divorced in 2015. And when I tell you divorce is hard, it's an understatement. It is an understatement, because divorce does not tax you financially, but it also hits you emotionally in the worst places that you could think of. Especially if it's new, if it's young and things don't work out for whatever reason. When you decide to say, I'm going to get married, you plan to be forever, and then you get divorced and it hits you. But you have to learn to accept those things, and that's one of the few aspects I'll talk about when it comes to being a single parent and being happy. I do apologize, I'm a little nervous. I am really excited about this because everything that I've looked up has always been about two people. Hey, how to be happy, how to be happy. Two other people started a podcast, and they talk about how they're happy together. And everything I've looked up, there's nothing talking about a single parent being happy with their lives. Nothing. Literally couldn't find anything. And when I did find something about a single parent and how to be happy, it was a married guy who'd been married to his wife for 30 plus years talking about how to be happy as a single parent, which to me blows my mind because they're not single. Like, how do you talk about being single and being a happy single parent if you're not a happy single parent yourself? And so, and lately I feel like I've had to give a lot of personal perspectives and advice on what I would do in the situation I'm currently in, that I wanted everyone else to hear it. I wanted the rest of the world to maybe take part in that part of it, and to give you my real, raw, personal experiences that might help you make a decision or might help you in your current situation. So the very first thing that I really want to cover in this very first video as a first topic is being happy starts with one thing, and that's yourself. Don't depend on other people to make you happy. And that's something I've seen a lot. I've read a lot about. And I could tell you, when I got divorced, I was not a happy person. And, if you get divorced and you're really that happy, then you start to wonder what your situation. Everyone is in a different situation. But When I got divorced, it was rock bottom for me, realistically. It was the hardest concept to accept that the the process I was going through meant that it would never happen again. And that's hard for anybody, especially, I personally think being a single father, that's extremely hard, especially if you had feelings all involved in there, and I did 100%. And being happy is a hard concept to understand and might be the hardest. I can learn physics, I can learn chemistry, I can learn all that because it just takes memorization. But to learn to be happy is a true understanding of who you are and a self reflection of what you're giving out. Now, when I say that, what I mean is deep inside, you have these feelings that you don't talk about, that you don't want to talk about. And you may not know it, but they manifest themselves. They come out and they project it onto other people. So you might think that, hey, I'm not angry, I'm not mad. And, one girl actually called me jaded. And that's probably a true statement, jaded. And I said, no, I'm not. Absolutely not. But everyone around me could see that I was because I was projecting that. And no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't hide it. And that's a fact that you have to get control of is if you don't deal with what's deep in here, it'll come out. It'll show itself. And when it shows itself, you'll see that the negativity that it projects, it just starts to affect other people. So 2015, I got divorced on Halloween. And I can honestly tell you without a doubt that for 2 straight years, almost going on to 3, I was unhappy. And, you think to yourself, well, you're a single parent, you're single, like, what are you unhappy about? I was unhappy because there was a lot of feelings from before that I had never dealt with. Then I got divorced. And then the feeling of losing my kid. I have a 7-year-old son. At the time he was about 2.5, 3. I wasn't going to see him every single day. I wasn't going to tuck this little guy into bed every day, help him give a bath, feed him, run around, and hear the crazy things he might have learned just from school and from other kids. I wasn't be able to do that every single day. And that's a mind, that's a mind messing with concept because what you're used to is now gone. And for 2 years, I had to learn to do that. I was going on deployments, and there's no handbook for that either that says, hey, be prepared. You're going to be divorced. You're going to go through divorce. You're going to miss your kid. And on top of that, you're going to be 10,000 plus miles away, and you're going to have to learn to deal with that because you're in an operational zone and they want your head to be there to help the mission. And I could tell you, like, that's all cliche stuff you hear, but that is hard to deal with on a daily basis. That is hard to deal with when you get back home because you're still by yourself. And being by myself didn't help. Now, did I have some great people and friends around me? Sure. But at the end of the day, you've got to take that hard look in the mirror and figure out what is making you unhappy. And you've got to face it, you've got to fight it, and you've got to change it. Because reality is no one else is going to ever make you happy. And I had to learn it the hard way. And I could be honest with you. There's many nights that I had cried. There's many nights where I was depressed and drank myself all the way to sleep. Like, these are real personal experiences I had to do, and I'm sure everyone's been there before. But the question is, have you changed all those things, and have you actually made the effort? So the very first piece of advice I can give you about being a single parent and being happy is take a look in the mirror and understand why you're unhappy. Don't blame other people because other people are not influencing your life. Not everyone is sitting next to you and looking in the mirror as you brush your teeth. There's no one there. That's you. It's you yourself. So you gotta do a self-evaluation, one that's gonna be the most critical one in your life if you want to be happy and understand why you're unhappy. And if you can't find that out, then have someone else help figure it out. Read a book. The internet has a ton of pages on how to figure out what makes you unhappy. And those are things you can do. So don't be afraid to face the truth that it's you. It's not anyone else. The second aspect to that is change those things. Uh, I have listened and read and listened and read to a ton of motivational speakers, and read a bunch of self-help and motivational books. And the one thing I tell you that all of them will tell you, and that I will stick by and tell you, is just stop being a wimp about it. Stop being so scared of taking a risk to change what will make you happy. You can't sit every single day and be miserable. It's draining. It hurts. And not to mention, it's negative. There is so much negativity in this world today. It's crazy how much negativity is in the world today. And the very few positives that are able to shine through those dark clouds that we call social media, those are the things I like looking for, because those things are uplifting. Those things actually pull on the heartstrings a little bit, and they actually make you realize and show you that there are good people out there. There are good things happening, and that the negativity isn't the only thing that's going on. So do those things. Figure out and make the change. Take the risk. I can tell you right now that I don't have a problem going to my own dinner table alone and eating because I'm happy. And I don't have a problem going to a movie by myself and watching a movie by myself because I'm happy with who I am. Because I know what I bring to the table. I know the type of person that I want around me every single day. And I don't need someone to make me happy. Now, will that person make me happier? Great. But at the end of the day, the one person I need in my life is my family. And I'm happy with that. I've got wonderful nieces and nephews, and I've got an amazing, amazing, amazing 7-year-old that I cannot tell you how he amazes me with different things, learning from school and all the headaches that go with not wanting to eat your vegetables. Those things make me happy. Those things make me happy. So if you're unhappy with your life right now, make those changes. Because being a single parent today is a real thing. I can tell you, I had a conversation today, and I was telling a friend about this. I said, hey, you know what? I want to start a YouTube page about being a single parent and talking about the aspects, the experiences, the obstacles that nobody talks about online. And her response to, there's no such thing as a single happy parent. Like, that dumbfounded me. I was like, so you're not the only one. Oh, she was joking. But I mean, that's a true concept. That is a true thing. There are a lot of people who think that being a single parent means you're unhappy. When the reality is, you could be the happiest you've ever been as a single parent and still stroke every single day and put a smile on your face and mean it. Don't put that fake smile on your face, because everyone, I mean that real smile, that $1 million smile. You know what I'm saying? Like, people will know those things. And that's why this page is up. That's why I'm starting this, is because I haven't seen anything out there like that. I haven't seen anybody talk about this stuff. So, all in all, at the end of this, if you want to listen to this page talk about the obstacles of my personal experiences realistically, and what my advice to you to deal with as a single parent, and all the things that nobody prepares you for, there's no handbook out there that tells you about any of this. None of this. None of it prepares you for what you will have to deal with emotionally, because a lot of it has to do with emotion. emotionally on the things of being a single parent. And I'll give you one example. That's having to deal with sharing time and having to deal with sharing holidays. And the other, just those sorts of things. Like the experiences that I experienced, nobody could give me the right advice. Nobody could tell me what the best thing to do for that situation was. I had to learn to figure that out. And through trial and error and argument and the whole nine, I figured it out. And I can tell you right now, I personally have only been happy for the last year and a half, maybe two. Happy. And when I tell you happy, I mean that happy where I go to bed and I wake up in the morning and I'm glad to be alive. That happy that I can't wait to see my family on the weekends and not think about, oh my God, my life sucks. I want to die. Those sorts of things. I wake up Monday mornings. I'm okay with Monday mornings. I'm not unhappy waking up on a Monday morning because I'm happy. I'm happy in the situation that I'm in, that I put myself in, I'm happy with. The concept that people don't understand is that you're unhappy because of the situation that you're in might be the one because you put yourself there. And the only person who can take themselves out of that situation is yourself. You being happy is dependent on you. So always understand that no matter what you do, it all depends on your decisions on yourself. So many people have taken risks to be happy, and it's worked out. I'll give you one. Amazon. Anyone heard of that? He took a risk, started up. It turned out great. A lot of people take risks. Emotionally, you take a risk that says, hey, if I can change this aspect of my life, I could get better. I can feel better about myself. I can refocus mentally and do so much. There's so many self-help books out there. Read them. I'll tell you the ones I read if you want to know those. There's so many articles out there. And really, there's a lot of motivational speakers that talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Eric Thomas, he's a preacher. His is more motivational about being, at your job, at your work, at wanting it. But I tell you what, though, if you want to be happy, you need to figure out what's making you unhappy and make those changes, because no one else will do that for you. Don't depend on anybody else. And that's the other thing I want to talk about is, and to make it real quick, is be happy with yourself before you go to see someone else, because that person will not make you happy. They'll make you happier. All right? I'm happy. So the next person I'm with, I know that I'm stepping into a relationship where I know I'm clear-headed, open-hearted, and I'm ready to take the next step. But don't go in damaged and not understanding how to be happy with yourself and then expect that person to do all the work for you so that they're emotionally drained and now they're unhappy. It doesn't work out. The equation doesn't work out. Give, 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 give until you have nothing, and then that person's happy. It doesn't work out that way. So take the time, be happy. I'm glad you guys are watching this video. For anyone who is watching this video, this is the very first. I'm sorry, and this is as low budget as you're gonna get. I literally have this phone on a little TV stand, a little phone stand thing I bought for like $9. Recording it in my office. As you can see, the Puerto Rican flag over there, and Gator over there. Low budget as it comes, and as real as it's gonna get. Like I said, as real as it's gonna get. Talking about the personal stuff, and maybe some stuff is too personal. Maybe some people will cringe at the idea of me talking about some of the real personal, emotional shit that I've had to go through in my life. That it might help somebody, and realistically, that's my goal. I hope that I can help any person who's watching this take any part of this idea away and any part of these videos, and they can change and their life can change, and maybe they can be a little bit happier, and maybe their thought process might be happier, maybe their situation might get better, and when their situation gets better they'll be happier. If I can help one person, then I'm happy. I I love helping people, and I feel like this is just another way for me to be able to help somebody, is to tell my personal experiences and deal with the obstacles, and maybe give you some advice on how to deal with those obstacles you've never dealt with, and maybe that might help you get through it. So if it does, just smile. That's all I ask. Just smile. Uh, Big, bald, and bold. First video, first take. There's going to be a lot of different videos coming up. You guys like it? Don't like it? Let me know. Subscribe. Do whatever. These videos are coming up. So if you want to watch, let me know. Have any ideas? The link will down below. I have an Instagram. There's a Facebook page for this and a YouTube channel. So thank you again. God bless. And I can't wait to put up the next video, and I hope you guys enjoyed this.